You won't believe what happened to this young lady after she consumed a contaminated chicken nugget on the farm where it all began. After discovering several misbehaving birds, we are shown a brief montage of the process used to make chicken nuggets. Kind of nasty. This nugget doesn't seem so wonderful. Hold on a second. We ought to possibly check into that. Nope. Okay, it passes all inspections and, regrettably, is sent for distribution. It eventually ends up in a cafeteria at a school in the community of Fort Chicken. Jennifer, a young woman, bites on the succulent flesh. Yummy. Then Clint, a former writer who is now a substitute instructor, is introduced. Currently living with his mom, relatable, he asked her for some feedback on the book he's writing, to which she kindly responds, "Oh, it's a wonderful sweetie." "Yeah, but tell me how you really feel, Mom." His mother proceeds to tear into the book, explaining she was left confused, bored, and constipated. "Oh, okay, Mom." Clint heads to school while testing out some chapter ideas. The boat was evil, but it was an acceptable level of evil. That's it, that's the one. Before he arrives, he runs into Rick, a security guard. He confuses Clint for his mushroom dealer and asks, "Do you got the good stuff? Portobello? Shiitake?" I'm a substitute teacher." He arrives and ends up sandwiched in by this behemoth of a truck owned by Wade, the gym teacher who must be compensating for something. Clint reads the vice principal when he's informed he'll need to hand in his phone. This is a no-phone zone, and we can't expect our students to do something we won't. The man continues to ramble, "We really got to get these kids outside more, even if it means locking them out, and I will do that." Moving on, Clint pays a visit to the teacher's lounge where he meets Rose. She sternly warns him not to look at her funny because she always has an alarm button with her. One press and the popo pulls up. Weird flex, but okay. Then, Wade walks by to grab some coffee. Clint tries to make small talk, but Wade just eyes him up and down. God, can this day get any worse? Just as he utters those words, a ray of shining light emerges. "Lucy, is that you?" Clint runs into an old classmate of his that he hasn't seen in 15 years. They immediately kick it off, and she's all smiles. "I heard you went to New York to chase your dreams." "Yeah, I did, but I just wanted to slow things down for a bit." Meanwhile, a teacher named Doug is seen reading a book titled How to Have a Normal Conversation. He awkwardly walks up and erupts, "God, it's a scorcher out there, huh?" Yeah, man." Then, Wade joins the conversation, and Doug meekly wanders away. Clint and Wade exchange greetings. "Pleased to meet you. With me too, please." "Yeah," before Clint makes mention of the parking incident that happened earlier. "My truck's got a dual rear wheel." "What was that?" "Dual rear wheel." "Come again?" "A little louder." "Oh, dual rear wheel drive, gotcha." Wade learns that Clint is a writer, so he asked him about his upcoming book. "Well, it's about a guy with a possessed bow." Wade calls out Clint's unoriginality by referencing other similar works. We cut to a classroom where two boys are teasing Shelley. "You look like my butthole's ass." "Okay, you get an A+ for that brilliant use of descriptive language." Just outside, Lucy directs Clint to his room while he remarks that Wade is a jerk. "He's my boyfriend." "God damn it." Clint arrives to class and writes his name on the board. One student points out that his name looks like something else. "I'll have to let you guys figure this one out." "Very funny, kid." "What's your name?" "Patriot." Patriot proceeds to proudly remark that one day he'll be a soldier. "Thank you, Patriot." "Very cool." Alrighty, time for today's lesson. Clint has another student, Calvin, come up to read his book out loud. Very cheeky way to promote your book, Clint. Anyway, as Calvin reads and Clint enjoys, we can hear Shelley wheezing. Patriot leans over to get her attention and then, oh crap, she's wearing a weave. Shelley lunges at him and takes a chunk out of his cheek. Clint breaks it up but takes his crutch for his troubles. He takes Patriot to the nurse who recommends stitches. Clint teases the boy, "Oh, you'll tough it out, won't you, Patriot?" After class, Clint heads back to the teacher's lounge and chats up Lucy again. Meanwhile, outside, a boy named Dink confronts Shelley about biting his friend. Shelley can be seen attempting to dig a hole under the fence before she attacks Dink. This sets off a carnage chain reaction as Dink runs around infecting everyone with slashing strikes. Rick, the security guard, witnesses the entire thing but is under the effects of medication. Nonetheless, he hits up the principal and reports the happenings. Look at him snooping around on everyone's phones. Very naughty. What is out there too, completely unaware of what's happening as he plays ball by himself. Then he catches a glimpse of Clint and Lucy laughing it up through the window. At last, the vice principal has arrived to bring order to the chaos. Or not. He's quickly restrained by the infected and torn inside out. Meanwhile, in the lounge, oh look, carnage. The teachers pile up at the window and spot Wade, who's just now realized what's going on. Rose presses her alert button while Wade gets cornered. Then he issues a warning, "I was a state champion in football. You don't want this smoke." Right after the words exit his mouth, he takes off smashing, tackling, and clapping everyone in his path. He just barely makes it inside and meets up with the other teachers. Geez, those little shits are fast. Not to worry, Sheriff Dave has arrived, and everything's going to be fine. Wait, Dave, stop. Oh geez, and Jennifer dug her way out of the fence too. Dave makes it back in the car but before he can call for backup. Back in the lounge, Tara strikes as Patriot pulls up. He goes straight for Rose, but she dodges at the last second. Instead, this lady feels the power of his patriotism. Wait, coldly but correctly, locks her in. Then the group heads out to a safer spot. They arrive at the library and find Calvin there. Everyone freaks out but Tracy, yes, that is his name, don't judge, remarks that he's not like the others. And I'm not just saying that because you're the only black student. Okay, but yeah, he's not infected. Calvin joins the squad as they move towards the band room. Once there, an unwelcome visitor appears. Everybody collects themselves while Doug inspects her appearance. Inside, Clint and Wade argue about what to do next. Clint wants to go to the vice principal's office to retrieve their phones, while Wade chose violence this morning. Let's just grab some weapons and beat them up. A few insults are thrown, like a little hobbit. Wait a second, is that a Lord of the Rings reference? Lucy breaks things up, but then out of nowhere, Clint's stomach has something to say. He says he doesn't feel so well before realizing he was scratched by Jennifer. Wade picks him up and then manhandles him away from the others. This is your home now. Shortly after, Doug checks in on him. He emerges and reports that after a thorough and gloveless inspection of Clint's bodily fluids, he believes that the sickness affects adults differently. Basically, if your balls have dropped, then you merely get a stomach flu. The group accepts Clint back into their ranks, and they all head off towards the roof. Lucy cleverly realizes the parents would be pulling up soon and that they could signal them for help. Oh look, there's one. Unfortunately, the woman is on her phone, then her infected boy starts walking up. Try as they might, the teachers fail to grab her attention. Her son enters the car and realizes his baby brother is quite appetizing. What the hell are you doing? Huh? The teachers look on with horror when suddenly, oh wait, she's not infected. The girl Tamara joins the squad, and upon realizing the zombies can climb trees, they all head back inside. The infected make chase, but Wade keeps them from entering, for the most part. Dink made his way through and has a hold of Doug. Never mind, realizing what he's just done to that poor boy, Wade walks off for a moment of self-reflection. He heads into the closet where perhaps he belongs and sulks about what he did. Lucy comes in to comfort him, but he's in a bitter mood. Why don't you go talk to your boyfriend? He says, referring to Clint. I see the way you smile at him. I wish I could make you smile like that. Before Wade can collapse into a weeping beta, the lights go out. The group springs into action, but Calvin is asleep. Oh. He's diabetic and needs sugar fast. Then the sound of rattling keys emerges. No way, they can use keys too. Oh, it's just Hitachi, the janitor. He directs everyone towards a secret hideout. Wait, you live here? Yeah, pretty cozy, not going to lie. With the clock ticking for Calvin, the group needs to come up with a plan fast. Clint notices an air vent. If that connects to the vice principal's office, then we can get our phones. Hitachi whips out a map of the vents, and since Clint is a hobbit, he's tasked with embarking on the journey. He sets forth in the vents as Doug leaves him with some encouraging words. Remember, Clint, if you fail, we're all going to die. Lucy snatches the radio and sends good vibes and prayers his way, though Wade begins to make fun of him. Like this is a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. Lucy has enough of Wade and decides she's going to head into the vents with Clint. Once they arrive, Lucy splits up to get her phone but finds that they've all been destroyed. Meanwhile, Clint tries to get a schnacky. Wait, dude, just break it open. Before he can come to that revelation, a little emerges. Clint hides and waits with bated breath, but then the girl screeches, alerting Patriot in the process. Lucy returns, and Patriot is not far behind. The pair rush into the vents, but so does Patriot and the others. Clint and Lucy don't have time to stop, so he tosses the candy bar down the vent for Calvin before continuing forward. Wade locks the vent while the pair seek refuge in another room. Then Clint opens up about his feelings for Lucy and the fact that he's actually a loser. Relatable? Somehow, this inspires her to kiss him. I got to try that. Shortly after, Clint finds some candy in the kids' bags and feeds it to them. This causes them to pass out, and then the new couple makes their escape. Meanwhile, Wade and the gang gear up for a final battle. Wait, why is he swinging that so sensually? Moving on, as they head out, we spot Wade's popping and yet pragmatic drip. The group runs into Clint and Lucy, and then they proceed forward. Hey, do you have games on your phone? No, I don't think I do. A couple more kiddies pull up, but Wade swiftly batters them. Then, they make it outside to the playground while Hitachi stays back to honorably hold off the rear wave. Look at this man's moves. Just outside, the teachers and the infected clash in an epic display of carnage. Wade decides to stay back and fend off the Fortnite players while the others continue. Take care of her, will you, Clint? With his blessing, Clint and the crew continue in Wade's dual rear-wheel drive truck. Yes, I did it while driving. Patriot springs into action but then gets flung across the road. He gets up and strikes a terrifying pose while Clint shifts the car to reverse. Oh, that's good stuff. Soon after, they find the town to be completely decimated. They come across some TVs reporting news from other states. Yep, we're screwed. Doug suggests that if he could just get his hands on a nugget, he could perhaps reverse engineer it and find an antidote. But first, we got to get out of here. They end up in a Chuck E. Cheese or something and find some nuggets, along with a lot of hungry zombies staring at their next meal. Before things turn deadly, someone pulls up. Somebody order a badass? Yeah, could I actually get a side of fries with that? Why didn't Hitachi blast the infected with water guns? Okay, actually, you dummy, it's gasoline. Everyone gets back in the car while wondering how Wade found them. Well, I can always find where my real. So, I don't know how to tell you guys this, but that's literally the end of the movie.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.